Oh, hey, we live. I guess I'm supposed to, like Mr. Brown says, build an audience. So I'm waiting to build my audience before I get into the topic of dreams. Just waiting for my audience. I don't have Cora in the background hollering or the kids jumping around hollering, saying, "When you gonna go live? What you gonna say?" I'm waiting to build an audience. As you can see, I'm holding one of my dreams. Actually, yeah, this is for me. My camera, yeah, this is my baby. This is how I make dreams come true. It's a Canon 70D, 70D. I love Canon cameras. They're easy to use. The interface is really easy, like the user interface where you have instructions to do certain things like set it on automatic and things like that. But dreams, you know, when we become adults, we forget about dreaming. We forget how we used to lay in the grass. At least for me, I used to lay in the grass, me and my friends when we were little. And we'll talk about what we wanted to be, what we wanted to do when we grew up. We talked about our dreams. At some point during our adult lives, real life hit us. As for me, I got married, survived domestic violence, lost a child, um, and a whole bunch of other stuff in between. But at some point, our dreams started getting further and further away from us. And as adults, when we talk to other adults about their dreams, we sometimes forget that we used to have them. And because we forget that we used to have them, then we also forget that we can also be stomping on some others. You know, everybody has a dream. Everybody does, whether or not you decide to pursue it. No matter how old you are, how young you are, you can still pursue your dreams. You can still do the things that you said you were going to do when you were little. Because I think if you still pursue your dreams, if you remember the passion, no, really, let me take that back, not passion, the excitement. If you remember the excitement that you used to have when you were little and you talked about doing whatever it was that you said you were going to do, you didn't think that anything in the world could stop you. You never believed that anything would get in your way. You never foresaw getting married and struggling just to pay the light bill or struggling to pay the rent if you didn't own your own house, or even wondering if you have enough bus fare to make it to the next time you got paid. Yep, I'm talking about me. I can remember a time when after I got divorced and I was a single parent and I didn't have much money, but I had two little kids and the majority of my money had to go to my kids. I still had a dream. I had a dream that one day I would have a camera like this. Because you see, when I first got divorced and my ex-husband refused to pay any kind of child support, and I looked at Junior and Sean, they were hungry. And somebody had to feed them. Guess who that person was? Me. Somebody had to feed them. So I remember taking my camera to the pawn shop, walking to the pawn shop in Detroit. And I was crying, you know, and the kids, they were little, they didn't know what we were doing. But I took the camera that I had at the time. It was a Pentax K1000. It was a film camera. Never forget it, my very first camera. And I took that camera and I pawned it so that I could buy diapers for my daughter and buy food for my son. And my son was type 1 diabetic, and he actually had that disease, was diagnosed at 9 months old. So he had to take insulin all his life. But even after I pawned this camera, I never stopped reading popular photography, you know, still learning how to do different things with cameras. And then I started reading how cameras were shifting from film to digital. And I remember telling my brother Ronnie, Jerome Jenkins. Yeah, I remember he showing me a video, not a video, a digital camera he had gotten from Hewlett Packard. They gave it to him for free because of some work that he had done for them, or was working with them, I should say. And he told me, he said, "This is the future. This is the future right here." And I said, "Boy, film is here forever. It's never going anywhere." Because I was thinking about movies and things of a grander scale. I back then didn't realize how digital photography was going to revolutionize the whole industry, even to the point that today an iPhone 7 video camera can do things that almost the same that I pay for this, almost, but not as much. Or what this one can do, not what I paid for, but what this one can do. It can do pretty much the same things on the surface. The the point I'm making is that I never stopped believing that I was going to get another camera again. Okay, even though I had to sell my film camera, which is my very first camera, to take care of my children, I never stopped believing that one day I was going to have another camera. I got a whole bunch of camera equipment in here, and if you come into my condo, you will see, let me see, umbrellas, light kits, tripods, product photo studios where I can shoot products for people who have Etsy stores or Amazon stores or eBay stores. I can shoot those in my house right here, and it looks like a studio. And it's funny because I never would have dreamed that I would have all this stuff. I never dreamed that I would be as good as I am with the camera. You know, I don't use Photoshop hardly ever because it's funny. I think because I was trained in film, when you're trained to shoot in film, you learn how to compute light versus distance versus color. For instance, like everybody, black people know that we come in different shades, right? We got really dark skinned black people, we got medium dark skin, you got caramel colored black people, and you got light skinned black people. All of those take a different kind of lighting. So when I see people together, in my mind, I'm automatically computing how much lighting they're going to need and what settings the camera should be on. Now, you know, next time you see me, don't look at me strange because I am, when you're talking to me, I am really thinking about that. But that just goes to show you that this is something that God gave me. It was a gift that He gave me. It was not something that I decided, oh, I'm going to go buy a camera because everybody else got one, and then put it in the closet and only use it on Christmas. My camera is in my hand every day of my life. I do mean in my hand every day. Even when I go to work. Sometimes I take my camera to work with me. Sometimes I don't. But if it's not at my desk, it's in my car. It's with me at some point. It's in close proximity because I believe that my gift is to capture the beauty of the earth that God put here, that I'm supposed to capture with my camera, with what I see, the essence of what God has given us. Now, I know some of y'all may think I'm crazy, but that's okay. That's cool. Because they also thought Noah was crazy when he kept telling them, y'all better come on, get on this ark because it's going to rain and you're going to drown. But all right, don't listen. Anywho, my point is, don't stop dreaming. Never. I'm older, and my children, well, my son's deceased, but if he were alive, he would be 35. My daughter is 33. Don't stop dreaming. What dreams do is it keep you young. It keeps you vibrant, and it gives you a reason to hope. It gives you a reason to believe. I couldn't believe in God or Jesus if I didn't have a dream. Yep, you do see me on Facebook promoting different businesses and whatnot. That's fine. You know why? Because my dream, a lot of times I will see something I want to get for my camera, like it's an $800 lens that I'm going to get. And mind you what I said, not that I want, not that I think I'm going to get, but I said I'm going to get. Yeah, it's an $800 lens. It's for those photographers who know what I'm talking about. It's an 18 millimeter to 135 millimeter, and it's a great video shooting lens. It's an all-around, all-purpose video shooting lens. It's $800. It's fantastic. I don't think twice about spending that on my camera, for real. Some people would spend, hey, Londi, I love you, darling. Some people spend that on clothes, shoes, whatever. I'm gonna spend it on my baby, on my camera, because it excites me. I love it. But anyway, like I said, y'all see me promote different businesses online, and it's because I need the extra money so I can buy stuff for my camera. you know, so I might focus on MCA, Motor Club of America, and they pay really good. I mean, they pay best out of all of the programs I've worked with. They pay really good. So does Linkshare. But anyway, this lens is $800, and I know that I would like to get this lens within the next 30 days, and I can do that. That's the wonderful thing about internet marketing. You can do that. And I wouldn't do internet marketing if I didn't believe I could dream, if I didn't dream of having something more than what I have. Yeah, I have a job, The job goes for to pay the bills and buy food. Okay, that's what the job does. But this right here, this gives me pleasure. I could literally get up every day and just walk or drive or wherever and just take pictures all day and be so satisfied. I mean, the bad thing about it is that I would probably give those pictures away, because I like to see the joy that it brings others. And that's just a part of me. That's just who I am. But don't stop dreaming, y'all. You're never too old. Please believe. You're never too old to pursue your dream, to go back and grab that thing that you said you wanted to do. Because at the end of the day, life is too short. I just lost a cousin last week. She was only 49. Man, 49 years old? Wow. That's nothing. She was a baby. She was a baby. She was a baby. Hey, Jay, I love you too, son. You couldn't find my number. That's okay. I'll text it to you. But never stop believing in yourself. I don't care if you like to grab wood and you can make figurines out of wood. Never stop believing. Never stop thinking that you are what God created you to do. You are everything. You are enough. You are a visionary. You are designed to worship Him. We are designed to do His will. My gift is not for me. It is for y'all. For real. Even the ugly pictures I take is for y'all, because somebody's going to find something pretty in that ugly picture. Trust and believe me, y'all. Listen, when you start living your life the way God wants you to, the way God has planned out for you to do, everything is going to start to fall into place. Everything is going to start to fall into place. Then you're going to start to feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do nothing wrong. But at the end of the day, when that starts to happen, never forget who gave it to you. Always out front, day one, number one thing, praise the Lord. Give Him His due. Hey, Kimberly Hill, Mrs. Hill. Always give Him His due. Never shortchange the Lord. Never. Because He's got so much more than what He's given you. When I say dreams and doing the things that He says He's doing, He's got me doing some speaking that I would never thought of. I never wanted to share my testimony about being married to a physically abusive man. But God is something else, because I said no for 20 some years. And all of a sudden I meet this person who is a friend of my family, and she reaches out to me and asks me did I know anybody who's been in a relationship like that and has survived and would like to tell their story. Well, as a result of that connection, I've spoken last year, and I speaking this year. I've spoken this time 3 times, and it's interesting to me because this was the secret I never wanted to talk about. I didn't ever want to tell people about that. But your story, your struggle is a blessing for somebody else. It doesn't belong to you. Your testimony is not yours. Be grateful, be thankful that you have one, because there are so many people in the grave who did not share their story because it don't belong to us. And y'all got me up here crying a little bit because I'm thinking about all the wonderful things God has done for me. And this was not my intention to sit up here and cry. But when I think about everything He's done, man, I got to cut this out because I got the ugly face straight up. When I think about everything that He's done for me, I can't do nothing but praise. So I gotta go to work, y'all. I love you. And the red dot just came on my laptop letting me know it needs electricity because it is an electricity thug, just like everything else we own these days. But thanks for listening to me. And don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on God because He certainly won't give up on you. Bye. Love you.